Pam's house, but she has a room that's just full of...
District 37 Spring Table Topics Competition, Taryn J. Mitchell! Of the 2013 Spring District 37 Conference, Steeples. 2013 Spring Conference Table Topics Competition, Mr. Dog Evans.
He's volunteered at the Wyndham Open. He volunteers at NCAA tournaments. It is our great pleasure to award my good friend and dear gentleman, Tom Laughlin.
It started as the J. Nodine Invitational, and actually Bonnie and I actually created it, and created this award called the J. Nodine Sportsmanship Award. There, using our Toastmasters skills and our table topics, one person from each team had the opportunity to nominate.
Fly away. She was still singing all the way to the parking lot when she went to meet her bus at dusk. And I stood in front of their big glass window and I watched her go and I wished that she would. And I'm standing beside this slick sign, floor to ceiling, and it no doubt had been created by a group of marketing intellectuals. And the sign said quite simply, "Excellence starts here." And I smiled and I wondered if their CEO knew just how true that really was. You see, that day, on an ordinary, unsuspecting day, a woman with a mop reminded me what it looks like to serve. Yes, our customers, our co-workers, our bosses, our communities. Everyone around her, as if this were the most natural thing in the world, for her to be dancing and singing and twirling her way across the marble floors of her hospital. The automatic glass doors opened up and I could see this woman standing there holding her mop, as if it were a beloved dance partner, as if her faded cotton dress were made.
7 years ago, I met the late Jay Nodine. I walked into the room for area governor training. And he looked at me. And he said, "What kind of area governor are you going to be?" And I said, with my thickest Boston accent, "The best that I could possibly be." He loved the answer. He laughed. And from that moment, we had a bond. It was the type of person that could walk into a room where people may be not very happy. And then you could see the smiles. You could feel the laughter. And you could feel that this short but dignified man could do. Many don't know what Jay Nodine did outside of Toastmasters because he spent about 90% of his time with Toastmasters. I laugh when I hear this story about the time that he was speaking to the Republican Party of Concord. He was a Democrat. Or the time that he worked with the church youth. Or the time that he reached out and helped the 4-H crew. Jay was Toastmasters.
The things that hold people back starts off with their doubts. See, doubts are a lack of belief. And sometimes before you can even start something, doubt steps in. Doubt causes you not to believe. And because you don't believe, you do not begin. Now, people will name off a lot of enemies in random orders, but I'm going to give them to you in an order. The first enemy to your success is doubt. It was my job to talk to the individuals that were going to stay and the individuals that were going to leave. And after so much time of having these conversations, I began to talk to them about what was next. I began to share with them what life was really going to be about after they left the organization. But I also talked to those that were going to stay as well. And I started realizing something very valuable when people are going through change. And this is what I discovered. People really don't like change. Did you know that?
Yeah. And your home club? I'm a member of both Toastmasters in Mooresville.
And I looked around and I said, uh-oh, what I do is too different. This town, these characters, Pride's Hollow, Crazy Man Harry who sits on the corner of Route 29, Bitsy who marches in front of the parade in her string bikini and white pumps. Oh, that's the picture you take. Why don't you sit back here, you can get some real good ones. Who sit on the bench out front of the Five and Dime every afternoon just taking things in. Aunt Vernetta, who bless her heart, there's not a body part on that woman hadn't been tucked, sucked, plucked, tweezed, shifted, or lifted at one time or another. Her special occasion wigs, they're so big and tall an entire family of squirrels could take residence in there and nobody would know it. And I had this whole town, all these characters that would speak to me, sometimes all at the same time. I'll be all right. And they would tell me their stories, and I went in and I looked around and I said, uh-oh, this is too different. I don't look like everybody else. I don't talk like them. This is not, I don't want to get up there and do it that way. I want to do it a different way. And I took that town and all those characters and I buried them. And I set out to become just another funny motivational speaker. And I made a big mistake that I hope you will not make. I hope that you will not sit on the gifts that you have already been given. I hope that you will embrace what makes you unique and authentic and different. Because believe me when I tell you this, in the world of speaking and communicating and impacting and influencing, it is not blending in that gets you noticed. Nobody notices you when you blend in. I finally learned it's not about being better. It's about being different and being you. And the good news is you've got it all already. Right here. learn the rules, and then go break them. He'll go do it. You got courage. So, a little bit about me, in case you can't tell from my accent. Yes, I'm from Jersey. No, I'm from Georgia originally. I still got some people down there in Smyrna, Atlanta, Marietta, Cell Block B. And then I shamed them all, and I moved up north to High Point. I come from a place where we're known for our grits, our hospitality, and our spray-painted marriage proposals. Where you can go 3 cornrows past the water tower where Billy Ray Bob climbed late one hour and he sprayed in red, "Will you marry me, Heather?" Where people still remember when, how it used to be or could have been, and a beauty pageant queen's fame will last forever. Where heroes come in every size, success depends on the pair of eyes, and laughter, how it'll heal the wounded soul. A place where it's still okay to say you pray, and where you want to end up someday, and all is made right with the casserole. It's a town steeped in tradition, love for country, fear of perdition, where change sometimes can be a little hard to swallow. But go and you're not the same. One visit and I hope your heart's been changed. So come on in, 'cause you're a friend in Bride's Hall. So yeah, a little bit more about me. I'm not traditional. I tried being the uptight little speaker, putting on the face and trying to look like I do when I'm skipping into Sunday school, acting like I didn't just spank my kid out in the parking lot. But that got tiring, and so I finally took a risk on stage and I started taking the face off, and I started admitting things like, yes, my name is Kelly, I'm a size 14 on a good day. Okay, 16. I'm 14 if I get to pull my stomach down over the pants. I tried to put a bikini on like Betsy did on that time she marched in front of the parade. That's a whole other story, don't have time, but I tried to put one on too. Lord, those days are over. Like I ever had those days. I couldn't even get my stomach tucked in all the way around it. Kept popping out like canned biscuits.